What's up, guys? I'm not in Australia anymore. I came back to Budapest and it's very cold. As you can see, the steam coming from my mouth. And I want to talk to you guys about shutting up. Very simply, when you're talking to a woman, shut up more. You guys are so worried about keeping conversation going that you are not even invested in silence. And what I would like for you to do more is to invest more in silence than in speaking. Now, there are some caveats to this. The thing is, when you go up to a woman, a lot of time as a man, what you want to do is you want to start conversation. You want to tell her that she's pretty, you want to start conversation, and then you start on that track. But as you go down that track, what you'll notice is if you start speaking too much, you feel a lot of stress. And I see this so much with students where they go in and they're talking to the girl and they're just talking and talking and talking, and the girl haven't even spoke yet. Or she's spoken only a little bit. What I want you to do from now on when you're speaking to women is that I want you to shut up more. Literally just be quiet. Because when you be quiet, you allow the woman to invest. You allow the woman to be in her charm. She wants to express something, but you keep stealing it away because you keep trying to express something that you have to say. I came up on this insight when I started to speak to many women on the street, and I noticed that every time that I would be quiet at the times where I just didn't have anything to say, they would usually fill in the space. Unlike before, where when I first started out, I was just trying to just keep the conversation going. I was literally trying to uphold everything by myself. And I see you guys going through stress in doing that. And the reason why I say I see you guys is because I know some of you will be my future students. And when guys are out there and they're talking to girls and they're trying to just uphold this conversation by themselves, the girl really feels like you're trying to impress her. She really feels like you don't really care. You're just trying to say the things so that she can have sex with you. You're just trying to say the things so you can get her number. And when guys are talking too much, when they're first going up to women, they just want to not run out of things to say. Because they believe when I run out of things to say, the girl's not going to like me. When I run out of things to say, that means that I'm bad at conversation. When I run out of things to say, that means I've lost her attention. But it's the direct opposite. When you run out of things to say, you give her a chance. Start to view silence very different when you're with women.
Hello. Hi. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Are you sitting here waiting for someone?
I'm waiting for my train. I like looking at people.
Yeah, when you looked at me, you held good eye contact. Do you know that?
Well, I don't have anything else to do, maybe.
So you,
Yeah, I'm not in my own bubble. I'm trying to.
so you were people watching me.
People watching, yeah.
Yeah, me. Like, so I was like, you know how people say they people watch? You were actually just people watching me.
I love people watching. That's what I do the whole day.
When you're people watching, what do you look for?
Actually, I'm not. I try not to judge. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, what she wears is nice. Oh, he looks nice. Oh, I don't know. What do you look at?
It's the same with you, because I do meditation, so it allows me to be quite clear on the inside. So when I look at people, I register more how they are as a person,
How they're acting.
yeah, than anything. So I don't register like, or I may see like somebody with great style or a woman with great style, and I go, fuck,
then
she
it's
looks
like
fucking great.
It's you.
hmm
No, it's so interesting how they people. I could just sit here forever.
Yeah.
Such a nice city. I like the temperature today. It was too cold the last few nights. No. Do you come from Melbourne? Are you?
Does it sound like it?
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
sound
you
like I'm
live
present
here?
from Melbourne.
Well, you could still live here.
No, I don't live here.
No.
Oh, I live in Budapest.
Seriously?
Mhm.
I've been there last year. Hey.
What-
I really like Budapest. So you live in the city?
Yeah, yes, in the city, yes. I like that,
So
yeah.
cool. Oh yeah, I remember Budapest very good. Nice. Oh, what's it all called? I already forgot where it was. No, it was beautiful. Budapest. I need to go there again. So when are you going back?
I'm on the 30th, so Monday.
Oh, how long have you been in Australia?
Since last Monday, so I was only here for 2 weeks. I
What?
usually come. Okay, last year I came for a month and a half. So this year,
So Australia is your thing, or just Melbourne? Or
Melbourne.
why do you come to Melbourne? Just for 1 week?
It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
But like a 25-hour flight for 2 weeks?
Yeah, yeah.
What? Just holiday or?
I have work,
Oh, they send you? That's good.
some work here, and then of course I love the city itself.
So what's the good thing to do? What can you do during the week, evenings, days? What's your favorite place to go?
South Bank. It's my
South
favorite
Bank?
place.
So what's so special about South Bank?
The view is so
Even at night.
magnetic to me. Oh, during the night. Oh, my favorite view of any place is at night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
So it's, just quiet and magical.
I don't know
Oh
what
yeah, I remember Budapest. We went to the castle at night and then looked down.
in Tepes, right?
Huh?
In Tepes, because from Buda
Yeah.
is what a
Oh,
castle,
yeah.
and you look in Tepes.
What's
Yes,
the castle called again?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know.
It's
But
just
yeah, it was beautiful from there.
Yeah.
I remember that. I think that was the most amazing view I had. I don't know, from high up.
yeah.
That was so nice. Oh, Budapest. It's actually so close to Germany.
Yeah.
So South Bank. Have you been to Brisbane?
No.
Just Melbourne.
Melbourne, Sydney, and Canberra.
So what's your favorite?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't like Sydney. Sydney was so stressful, so loud, so touristy, and not so nice.
What about you?
Huh?
What's your favorite place in the city?
In this city?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I've just came here today, during the day. So it's my first day in Melbourne. And another time I went out, I don't remember too much. So today my favorite place was, I really like the art, like the little alleys, the graffiti. And then there were little cafes and stuff. That was cool. I don't know anything else yet. I'm still exploring.
You just came here today? Like this is your first time here? Is that what you mean?
First day in Melbourne. I went out last weekend in somewhere St Kilda, somewhere there.
Well, you
That was
sound
cool.
extremely Australian. Are you're Australian, right?
Yeah? No, I'm actually. Oh, do I sound Australian? No.
Oh, you're English.
My mom's Australian, but I live in Germany.
Hmm.
So my parents live in Germany as well. Like my dad's German, my mom's Australian. I'm discovering my roots.
No, you're not. Are you? Are you really?
I'm living at my auntie's at the moment.
I'm discovering my roots.
Discovering my roots. Let's see how it goes. No, I already fell in love with Australia. It's so hard, it's so expensive to come here. Really poor. No. You can't just come every year normally.
Yeah.
If you don't
It's
do
far away
work
from
or
everything, isn't it?
something. Yeah, so so hard. Torn between the two countries. It's not always easy. My poor mom's so homesick. And I understand her now.
But where do you live?
In Munich, close to Munich, Germany. Far away from Australia. Europe. But Europe is nice as well. I miss the history here. Everything is just so new. 100, 200 years ago, wow, so old. And Germany just got it's a joke here. I like the history.
What time does your train come?
10:40. 10 minutes.
Yeah, it does.
I'll start walking too.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I'm struggling with finding a But people are so nice in Australia. Like, they're so open, friendly. I try to adapt, not judgmental. A lot of Germans, I don't know how it's in Hungary, but like lots of judging, not so nice. I know, that's what I realized. Just depends probably who you're around with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it depends on who you're around with.
But still, maybe it's just Germany.
And is that, what is that? I knew it was a bug on me. What is it? What is that? Is that your last train?
No, but I can't, I don't know. And my phone's dead.
Oh,
So I just looked up this one and now I just went, oh. I know that it's one of the last trains. I have like an hour of train driving before me. It's far away. It's horrible. I don't know.
go.
Next weekend I need to rent something like a hostel room that I can go out one time.
Go catch the next train and go for a walk with me on South Bank.
No, walk.
On South
Far
Bank?
away. It's far away.
Well,
Fair walk.
we're not gonna walk the whole thing.
No?
No, it's just that it's
Okay.
a beautiful view, as you can
I
see.
know. Show me some other time.
Would you like to?
If South Bank is your favorite place, there has to be a reason to it.
It's romantic.
Oh, romantic. Are you very romantic?
As a man, actually, I am.
You are?
Yes, I'm very
Well, I think
not
it
like
depends.
gushy,
Yeah.
but I'm very like romantic in the sense of
If it's the right person, the right moment.
my heart is into everything and I do. So
Okay,
when I
that's good. I don't think I am like that. And which is bad. I'm not 100% behind what I do. And I was like,
why do you think so?
well, I'm just like, I can't put my whole heart into one thing, like into the one man, into the one. I always think there has to be something better.
So you're always looking for
I'm working on it.
the grass that's greener.
Yeah. I'm working on it, but it's like the first step is realizing it. That's what I am now.
You did some psychotherapy on yourself. The first step is realizing.
I've been alone today. I've been alone. I can't leave you alone. I'm too like psychic in my mind. No, but I think I've been like traveling now 5 months, so it's been going on now for a while. Self-finding shit. I don't know.
I guess you don't have to put your whole heart into somebody, but are you a person who at least cares?
I try to.
Okay.
That's horrible.
I think that's more important than the whole heart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you at least
You
care,
get hurt when you put your whole heart.
oh, that's what you're afraid of. Okay.
Probably.
That's it.
No, but not actually. Like, it's just the grass is green on the other side, maybe. Something. And it, like.
Or maybe you're just afraid of settling down.
Of what?
You're afraid of settling down because maybe in some way, settling down meaning like you're afraid that if I stop here, that I've missed out on something.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm getting better. I'm still young. I don't need to settle down yet.
You have to understand that women are wanting you to shut up. And it's so crazy how many times where I see a girl and she's wanting to say something and a guy just keeps filling in the space. He keeps going and going and going and going. And she's like, oh my God, I just want to say something. I just want you to shut up so I can just speak. Women are dying and yearning on the inside to just say something. And guys are just constantly just blabbering away. Get used to when you're in front of a woman going through this kind of trail, so to speak. You walk up to her and you meet her. And what you notice that sometimes when you meet her, she may be a little bit stressed out or tense or surprised about what you're doing. Now, the first part about that is the relaxing her part. The relaxing her part is saying to her, I know this may be strange, or saying to her, do you normally do this? This don't normally happen to you, does it? And that is allowing her to just relax into the moment. As she starts to relax into the moment, understand that I can now relax as well. Because when she's in tension, connection can't happen. When you are in tension, connection cannot happen. So it's one of the things that you would notice is that when you're talking to a woman and you're trying to constantly talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, you're in tension on the inside. You're stressed out. You are doing too much work. You need to start doing less work. So you're in a phase where you're relaxing into the moment with the girl. As you two become relaxed, now this is the most important time for you to shut up. All right, in the beginning, of course, there's a time where you don't need to be quiet. You need to make sure that you keep things going, and you need to keep her relaxed. You need to be empathetic. You need to, you want to compliment her. These things happen in the beginning. Or maybe you guys go into some sort of small talk because she's just not ready for what's happening. But once that starts to relax and you really start to get to know each other, silence. Be quiet. Get used to being in the moments where nothing is happening. Because people always believe, and I hate this belief, people always believe that when there's nothing happening, there's nothing happening. When there's silence, oh man, she's not really feeling you anymore. This is not the truth. When there's silence, there's anticipation. When there's silence, there's space for something to arise in you and her. When there is silence, you both can relax. It's really comfortable actually to be in silence. It's really comfortable for you to be in front of a woman. If you try this, be in front of a woman and don't try to say a lot. This is very, very comfortable. This is very comfortable. It is. I used to try to just constantly just speak and just try to come up with the next conversational thread to go down. Try to come up with the next question or the next topic, or try to say something funny. And all this was just putting so much stress on me, and I was wondering, okay, there must be something different to this. It has to be. And one of the great things when I met James is, learning how to just do less. And in doing that, I started to notice that, okay, doing less, you actually free up on the inside. Spontaneity actually comes more. You relax, and a connection can happen. Because never forget that connection happens in relaxation. When you and the woman is relaxed, this is when you and her can really have something. But when you're trying to constantly just never run out of things to say, and what is the next thing to say? Oh shit got silent. What do I say next? When you having all this, trying to uphold all this, it is so much weight on you. And when you could just let loose. Be in the moment with the girl. Find out what she's like. Shut up. Give her a chance to tell you. Don't fill in right away when she tells you. Give her a chance to say more. Because what she's doing in that moment is expressing more. Her charm is to express. Your charm is to hold space. Always remember that. Your charm is to shut up and allow this woman to fill the space that you have offered her. When you walk up to a woman, you're creating a space with her. Now this space can be very comforting for a woman, or it can be very stressful. What do you believe is the most stressful space? When the guy is trying to do all the work, when he's trying to impress, when he's trying to keep the conversation going, this is when the space becomes stressful. But that space can immediately turn into comforting if the guy just be quiet, take a breath, allow her to feel something different, allow her to feel excitement, allow her to feel like she's wanted, allow her to feel like she wants to give something. Remember that when two people are in an interaction, it is a two-way street. It is not one person doing everything. When you have one person doing everything, you have the overinvestment. That's what you have. You have somebody doing so much and giving so much of their energy and trying to do everything, and the other person just standing there and just like, man, you need to just relax, bro. Relax, dude. And don't just do this when you're with women. Do this when you're talking to people. Like I will always say, start practicing life. Don't practice seduction. When you're out there and you're just talking to people, allow yourself to not speak so much. Why are you talking so much? Why are you just filling this space with these unnecessary things that you're saying? The bell goes off every single time I feel like I'm in Budapest. And I just have to just allow it to go off. But I really want you guys to understand what I'm meaning by this video. This video is directed at you guys understanding that silence is there for you to fall in love with, for you to make love to when you're with a girl. Really, in the moments of silence, this is a good way to look at it. Really, in the moments of silence, make love to it. Feel into it. Just feel into the relaxation of, I know if I shut up now, I'll give the girl a chance. That's what I'm doing. She will love that. She will cherish you for that. She wants you to give her the chance to say something. She wants you to give her the chance to invest. Guys are always looking for these magical ways to get women to chase them. These magical ways for women to invest. And I tell you, stop looking for the magical ways for women to chase you. If you want to know what's the organic way for women to chase you, shut up. That is the organic way. You can find all these tactics to do it, having dismissive behavior, when she says something, cutting her, not really listening to it. There's all these things, teasing her, that you can use to fucking have a woman chase you. But the most potent way for a woman to chase you is to leave space. Because when there's space, it has to be filled. It's an interaction. Somebody has to fill the space. If no space is filled, it's no interaction. This is amazing, actually, when you fall into it. This is amazing when you start to go out there and come at interactions in a very different way. Women are bowled over by men who can give them the chance to just express themselves. The guy that I had on workshop, he's just real, oh man, he was the sexiest dude I've ever seen, like literally on workshop. And I was like, bro, you're the sexiest dude I've ever seen. I can't believe you only have sex with this many women. He went up to a woman and he was just going and going and going and going. I was like, fuck man, she can't even do anything. And she was more still than him. He was just filling in all the space. And he was just over investing and lying. I'm like, fuck bro, you just doing everything wrong. You know what I want you to do? I don't want you to speak to me for this whole session that we're together. I just want you to fall into your breath. We're gonna walk around. Just fall into your breath. I want you to view the world from silence. See what it's like to actually sit in space. Feel yourself at space. Let's walk down the street. You're not allowed to speak to me. The next girl you see, I want you to walk up and I want you to say a little bit and I want you to be quiet. He walked up to a girl. He said, hey. And she's like, hi. And he's just like, so, what are you up to today? And he's just silent. Nothing, I just saw you. And she's like, oh, okay. And she actually starts touching him. This is during the day. And I'm like, this is the beauty of shutting up. Is that you give the woman a chance to express herself. She starts saying that she's a little bit emotional because she was at a part of the city where people got killed. And she started to, you know, laugh and giggle, and he literally only said about 4 or 5 lines the whole time, and she was just filling in the space, and she was touching him a lot. And he really started to notice in an interaction how beautiful it is to have space. And after the interaction ended, I said, what did that feel like? He said, wow. Man, my mind's blown. I'm like, I told you, man. Stop filling in the times where you don't need to fill in. When you fill in those times, you're telling the woman that I am trying to impress you. I'm just trying to do everything that I can to make sure that you like me. I'm trying to do everything I can to not lose your attention. This is what all the behaviors of you trying to fill in space comes from. Relax, man. Give yourself a chance. Women are wanting you to give them a chance, but you're not doing that by constantly talking. Just give you guys a mission that you can take from this video. For a week. I love week missions, like I always give you guys. What I want you to do is that I want you to be silent for a little while. See what it's like to walk around and be silent more. If you're a guy that always bumbles and always talks and has to feel a need to fill space, see what it's like to just sit in the tension of the space that's there. Because that's what you're afraid of. You're actually avoiding space. You're avoiding the silence. When you're talking, that's what you're avoiding. You're scared of the silence. So you're like, how do I keep saying things so I don't do this thing? But you have to understand that there's beauty in both. You're only seeing beauty in the talking, and there's beauty in the silence as well. The beauty in the silence is what you need to explore. Walk around for 1 week. And when you say hello to people, say hey. And be silent for a second or two. And see what happens when you just look them in the eyes and say hey. What you'll notice is that they'll be like, so how are you? They start to fill in. And you start to relax more. You start to feel that your shoulders get a little bit less, tense, and you start to feel a little bit more in your body. You start to notice that your breath becomes fuller. And as you're like this, you'll start to notice that when you're in front of women, women start to say, so what are you doing today? Right now I'm going for a walk. Do you want to come? They start to tell you more things about them. As you saw in the video, the infield video that's with this video. In the moments of silence that I was with the girl, she started opening up more. And at the end, she was like, I'm just right here pouring out my whole heart to you. And I was talking to her less than 20 minutes. I can't remember right now exactly how long I was talking to her, but I was talking to her in a very short amount of time, and I was starting to find out that she's probably afraid of settling down. That's the reason why she always wants to know was, why is the grass greener on the other side? Is the grass greener on the other side? She's afraid of being hurt. And I've heard women say this to me so many times. Why am I telling you this? And it's just because I really want to get to know the woman, and I'm giving her a chance to share herself. You're not giving a woman a chance to share herself. Are you really there to get to know the woman? Are you genuinely interested in seeing, okay, what is this woman like? Because if I know what this woman is like, I can really like her. I can really want her. But I can't really want her until I know what she's like. You're cutting off the part that you want to explore by talking too much. I almost says by shutting up, but by talking too much. You guys will learn that in the doing less, more is created. When you give a woman a chance, the feminine a chance to sit in her charm of expression, she'll do that. But you must offer that for her. You can't offer a space of you taking her charm away and trying to just fucking do stuff. Allow her to express, and allow yourself to just be silent and give her the chance to share. And as she starts to share, she'll start to feel that this guy is really interested in me. It's very rare for a woman to meet a man that's really interested in her. So go out there and make women feel special, like I always do. This is Tony Solo from the Natural Lifestyles saying, I love you guys, and make sure that you click the link below and get your free Meet to Bedroom series, video series that I have. It's cold and I'm ready to get out of here. Until next video.